Good evening. I'm Hunter Golding. I'm the new head of HR here at Doohickey's You Need, and I just wanted to send you over this presentation to let you know of some things that I've noticed that we could potentially improve and hopefully present some solutions that could be discussed by the board and implemented for the company. So first off, this is just a quick agenda. I will be going over the critical problem that I have noticed and some of the issues, and then followed by that, some solutions and the potential issues that might come from implementing those solutions, and then we'll summarize everything. So first off, this is what I have noticed is that there is an issue with the wage setup for the workers here at Doohickey's You Need, and that definitely affects the employee turnover. When it comes to wages, the base pay is a little bit low for our entry level and also our management, and there doesn't seem to be any incentive system or overtime that is implemented within the company. So that's something that I feel needs to be addressed. That could be affecting productivity and the company reaching its full potential. So using these to motivate employees and teams can definitely help us to increase the bottom line and hopefully get more of our product out. So we'll be going over these four different topics throughout this presentation. First off, I noticed there was a policy that overtime pay is not given, which actually goes against some of the labor laws, federal and state labor laws that prohibit us to have contracts with employees not to provide overtime pay. So that's something that we do need to address, is to allow employees to take advantage of that overtime pay if they are working extra hours. This will benefit employee turnover. There are many of these employees that could get jobs elsewhere that would pay for overtime and help them to live their lives and have higher wages. So that would help us to retain some of our people, and it would definitely increase our production when they're able to work overtime, and that will help us to get more product. Secondly, increasing base pay. That's oftentimes a controversial topic, but increasing the base pay for our entry level and our management employees will increase motivation and increase productivity. That's something that has stood out in my studies, is that when people feel they're fairly compensated, they will produce better quality products and more product in general. So that's something that we can definitely discuss and figure out what is better for these employees, but increasing that because we're slacking a little bit compared to competitors. Thirdly, having incentives for good performance. Many of these employees are doing the bare minimum to produce product and to have quality work shifts. So having incentives to help them to perform a little better on top of the base pay will attract better workers as well as helping our current workers to perform well. This will tie over into a lot of our performance reviews when we're talking to people about how they do, what things that could help them to be more motivated. And this ties a little bit into our next solution, which is it can help us to decipher who would be best for opportunities coming up for internal hiring for team lead positions, managers positions, things like that. So that ties into this, which is moving toward a better system for hiring our management and our team leaders. This will help us as a company to get, for our management, to get a better understanding of how processes work and hopefully increase our day-to-day operations and our productivity. When management knows what's happening in the entry level positions, they're better able to address issues or anything that might come up. So that could help entry levels to be motivated to know that they have growth opportunities here at the company. It can help us to improve our rates for turnover for our management, which currently is at 2% for the company, and will help us to have a better understanding of every level of the company. There's obviously going to be pushback from management for all of these issues. They might have their jobs in question, and it's a way of changing doing things. So being patient is another issue. Productivity is not going to turn around tomorrow, and also just taking the time to implement the changes, those might get in the way, but I know that these solutions will definitely help us to improve, to increase the bottom line, and to hopefully address some of the issues that we're seeing with employees not producing as well as we would like them to. In summary, increasing pay is going to help us to do better as a company, just in general. That's going to address a lot of the issues that we see here. And incentives are going to help us to have our workers produce better quality shifts, produce more product, and we'll be able to get product out to customers a lot more effectively. And allowing those opportunities for growth will help people to know that we're looking out for them as long as they're looking out for us. And it's going to help every aspect of the company in productivity, in worker relationships, everything like that. And then, as always, there is my works cited, my studies. I really appreciate you taking the time. I hope that we can further discuss these solutions and hopefully implement some of them. If you have any suggestions or changes that you would make, feel free to email me and I'll be happy to discuss that with you. Thank you.